Do you remember the movie Minority Report with Tom Cruise, where clairvoyant people could foresee criminals who were about to commit crimes and then they'd be put in a coma? A girl can dream, right? We don't have that. We never will. But there are some real things that do happen with really, really bad people before they become horrendous people. Case in point, Jeffrey Dahmer. He used to cut open live fish. He found frogs and cats and mutilated them and impaled them on stakes. He decapitated a dog, and then later he moved on to 16 men and boys and killed them. Ted Bundy used to buy mice and play God, deciding which ones would live and die. He'd tear apart the neighbors' dogs and cats. He'd set them on fire. And then ultimately he confessed to murdering 30 real people, although it's believed there may have been 100 victims. Dennis Rader, BTK, used to hang and strangle dogs and cats. He killed the neighbor's dog, convicted of killing 10 real people. And then the movie, I have to say it, but don't get mad at me, it's called Don't F with Cats, although the F is something I can't say on TV. Best film ever. See it. It's a documentary about a guy named Luca Magnotta, who shared a video in 2010 suffocating 2 kittens in a vacuum-sealed bag, drowning a cat in a bathtub, and then feeding a cat to a python. He was hunted down by cat lovers. Internet sleuths hunted him down. And ultimately, he killed a person, and he mailed body parts all around Canada. He was caught in 2012. And then, so with all this as a backdrop, I hear about Thomas Martel, 22 years old, of Chicago. Turned himself in for allegedly killing 6 kittens since May. His girlfriend turned him in, gave photos and video of horrible things, microwaving 3 cats. Police found a bag containing multiple kitten parts in his pantry. Allegedly drowned and squeezed 2 cats to death, mutilated 1 more, named them all Shelley. And they all look like one another, apparently, so his mom allegedly wouldn't know that he was killing him. He's facing 2 counts of aggravated animal cruelty, 4 counts of animal torture. This is where I bring in Dave Aronberg, state attorney for Palm Beach again. Dave, if Minority Report were real, this would be the poster child, allegedly. What will these charges fetch if he's found guilty? Like, what kind of punishment do you get for doing these awful things to animals, not people?
Not enough, Ashleigh. And if it's up to me, this is an area where maybe we should reconsider the 8th Amendment to the Constitution against cruel and unusual punishment. These guys torture helpless animals, and it's despicable. And, you know, these are cases that I will go into court myself as state attorney to prosecute because the laws are notoriously weak in this area. Aggravated animal cruelty, which is what he is being charged with. In Florida, it's just a 3rd-degree felony, punishable by up to 5 years in prison. It's got to be similar in Illinois. Here's the thing. Just because it's punishable by up to a few years in prison doesn't mean you're going to get it. In fact, it's rare that people who commit heinous acts against animals get prison time. They could get county jail for a few months, but they don't score prison time under the sentencing guidelines unless they have a rap sheet. And generally, this is a gateway to other crimes, so you don't have a rap sheet. Until then, later on, you start committing crimes against human beings. So we don't treat this as seriously as we should. There needs to be tougher penalties against cretins like this guy.
I will give you this secret. My dog, Atlas, is in the studio with me every night. He is beneath the camera shot at my feet as we speak. So I am particularly sensitive to this. Dog lover, always have been, and I hear about these, and a cat lover too. But can you talk to me as a prosecutor about rehab? Because, you know, the penal system is supposed to be all about rehabilitating. Are people like this rehabilitatable, or do you see that they do rehabilitate?
Well, Ashleigh, you and I have that in common in that I have my dog here with me today. That's why I looked over to see. He's napping right now, the Beagle Hound of Justice, Getty, and he's in the office today. But I don't know. I mean, look, yes, they could be rehabilitated, but you got to address it early on. You know, once they start to move on to more to people, it's often too late. See, what happens is this is where it starts. It starts with animals, and then it goes into domestic violence, and then it goes into stranger violence, and at some point, this person is incorrigible. It's impossible to turn them around. But yeah, at an early stage, when you're dealing with acts of cruelty against animals, it is at a stage where you can turn the person around, but you got to have early intervention. And look, what were the parents here? They had new cats that he kept buying, and no one noticed. Thankfully, the girlfriend finally spoke up.
Oh, he named them all Shelley. He bought ones that looked the same, and he named them all Shelley to try to hide it, allegedly from his mom. Dave Aronberg, I have to leave it there. State Attorney for Palm Beach County. Thanks for sticking around. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.